Yorgos Lanthimos is famous for his special movies. His movies are just crazy, weird, and meaningful. Poor Things is his best movie, at least for me. In this video, I am going to talk about why Poor Things is the best movie Yorgos Lanthimos created and explain the philosophy and meaning behind the movie from my point of view. So let's enjoy cinema. I've watched most of Yorgos Lanthimos movies. His style in filmmaking is special, real, and his movies are not for everyone. Because of that, his movies are not really popular and it has its special audience. If you are one of those person, I recommend you watch his movies with different perspective. His movies are meaningful. Poor Things is about a woman who brought back to life by an unorthodox scientist. A young woman runs off with a lawyer on an adventure across the continents. She grows steadfast in her purpose to stand for equality and liberation. She's like nothing you've ever seen because the scientist replaced her unborn baby's brain with her own brain. Imagine an adult woman with a newborn brain. She doesn't know how to walk, talk, eat, and every basic task a human does. The idea behind the story is amazing. After Oppenheimer, it's the best movie of 2023. Because of Oppenheimer, it couldn't win a lot of awards, although it's acceptable. No one can argue Emma Stone's performance, costume design and makeup is one of the best of last few years. I'm really glad Emma Stone won the award for the best actress in almost every festival. She had a tough competition with Lily Gladstone, Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore and Sandra Hüller. All of the actresses I just mentioned did a really impressive job. We haven't seen such a tough and exciting competition in a long time. This was her second Oscar. The first one was for La La Land. She always has clever choices. Mark Ruffalo and William Dafoe's performance is great as always. Mark Ruffalo plays a different character from other characters he played before. He proved how talented he is. I love his performance. Sometimes actors need to play in this kind of movies to show their talent. For example, it's impossible for Mark Ruffalo to show himself in Marvel movies as Hulk. Poor Things is not a simple movie. There are a lot of messages behind the movie. Every frame is talking about something important and Yorgos Lanthimos used cinema to talk about his own beliefs and ideas about the world. Of course, my understanding of the movie is different from you. I'm going to talk about my thoughts about the story. You can tell me you agree with me or not in the comments below. From now on, I may spoil the movie. Bella's on a journey of actualization that is distinctly feminine in what is a male-dominated world. Every man in her life has tried to exert some sort of control over her, yet she continuously and successfully defied each of these men, going from a dependent in their care to a peer. Characters like Duncan are attracted to Bella because of her looks and her willingness to go along with whatever they say. Then once Bella develops a mind on her own, Duncan becomes insecure and angry. This theme is hit on again and again throughout the narrative. Nearly every man Bella encounters wants to control her. Godwin bars her from leaving his home. Max discourages her from sleeping with other men. Duncan just wants her to be his toy, and her husband does all of them. Bella meanwhile embarks on a journey of self-actualization and discovery. She is a stand-in who allows the audience to see the world through fresh eyes. Because she isn't trained in the customs and norms of the society she is thrust into, she can call them out frankly as immoral or nonsensical. Poor Things also uses visual filmmaking techniques to add a finer point to its themes and subject matter. The two utilize bright colors and ultra-wide lenses to portray turn of the century Europe in a way we've never seen before. Like with Bella, the audience is seeing this familiar context with fresh eyes. This allows for the absurdity of the situation to be more clearly emphasized. Bella's dance with Duncan, for example, becomes a dynamic and explosive piece of filmmaking, in a stark contrast to the staggy dance scenes that are in so many films taking place in the Victorian era. Bella's situation means she's experiencing the world for the first time but as an adult. Meaning she can combine childlike curiosity with a grown-up's perception and processing to ask some very complex questions about the world. Despite its Victorian era setting, the questions are for our modern society. Specifically about gender, class, existentialism, puritanical views on sex, and the continued belief that women are territory for men to conquer. On the one hand, the historical context lends the movie a distance as if we progressed past some of these concerns. On the other hand, we haven't. Poor Things becomes both a reminder and a blueprint, a reminder to not become as cynical as Harry or as resigned as Mrs. Prim. You can remain optimistic, inquisitive, and determined. And Bella is the blueprint for that. You can't be her, but you can channel and draw strength from her idealism, which is the hallmark of an enduring character. Bella starts very sheltered, then Duncan takes her away on what starts out as a very enchanting trip. That quickly grows complicated as Duncan becomes more needy, possessive, and incapable of keeping up with Bella intellectually and emotionally. We see a bit of her innocence worn away. It completely shatters when Harry takes her to Alexandria and shows her the people of the slums. They are starving, naked, and in need of help, but no one helps. Initially, Bella's overwhelmed. She returns to the ship in a state of total distress. It's a low point. Her first reaction to try and help by giving money. But that's also an innocent gesture that's quickly taken advantage of by two of the crew who lied that they'll pass on the box of cash to the poor. She cries and questions why the world could be like this and how she can just be enjoying herself while others suffer. The next day, however, she thanks Harry, saying that she has to understand these things if she ever going to change them. This notion of experiencing loss gathers steam off in the next scenes. First, she and Duncan find themselves poor on the streets of Paris. Instead of being a crying mess like Duncan, Bella rises to the challenge, although her solution is one that most people find unsavory, a brothel. It's at times frustrating and sad and challenging, but Madame Sweeney tells her, "We must experience everything, not just the good, but degradation, horror, sadness. This makes us whole, makes us people of substance, not flighty, untouched children. Then we can know the world, and when we know the world is ours." Bella was a flighty, inexperienced child, but it's her experiences with both the good and the bad that deepen not just her understanding of the world but of herself. She knows herself better by seeing Harry's reaction to the slums versus her own, or her reaction to poverty versus Duncan's. When it comes to Elfie, Bella could have given in, or jumped from a bridge like Victoria. She chooses to fight, and she has the confidence to do so because of everything she had experienced up to that point. Here are some answers to common questions that may come to your mind while watching Poor Things. Why did Victoria jump from the bridge? We don't really know much about her. Alfie said they both had a similar sense of humor, which was really cruel, and the staff don't seem particularly happy to see Bella because they think she's Victoria. So it's possible she was a cruel person, a bad person, and that she so badly didn't want to be a mother that she'd rather jump from a bridge. It's also possible that she was like Bella, would have been claimed by Elfie, imprisoned by him, and was trying to spare both herself and the child from a future with such an evil person. I believe in the second possibility. What do you think? Why did God burp bubbles? God mentioned several times that his father was a scientist who experimented on him. God's also an experimenter himself, so it's either a byproduct of something from his childhood or some improvement to digestion that he himself imagined, which is interesting. Was Felicity not as smart as Bella? They do say it's taking her longer to develop than Bella, which makes the case that there is something special about Bella. But we do see at the end that her skills have advanced to the point of catching a ball. So it seems like maybe she'll continue to progress, but even if she doesn't, she's part of the family and they'll take care of her. What is your answer to these questions? Let me know in the comments below. Now it's time to talk about the ending. The ending of Poor Things is really satisfying and acceptable. I loved it. Bella becomes a doctor, an independent woman. She did the best possible thing to Elfie. He's like no human. Overall, it has a happy ending, which is surprising. Yorgos Lanthimos' previous movies had crazy and shocking endings. Sometimes diversity is necessary. In conclusion, Poor Things is a wonderful movie that has a lot to talk about. As I said, it's not a simple movie. Yorgos Lanthimos did a really impressive job. I'm waiting for his next movies. Emma Stone's performance is stunning. I love it and definitely it's on my rewatchable list. Tell me what do you think about Poor Things and this video in the comments below. I hope this video helps. Stay tuned for exciting, thrilling videos about the amazing world of cinema. Subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and don't forget to enjoy cinema. Have a good day.